So now that you've seen the after, let's go ahead and take it back to the beginning to see what I started on. Now this is my braid pattern. You guys ask me in every single video pretty much what braid pattern I have going on. And 85% of my crochet hairstyles, this is what's going on up under the braids. I have these straight back braids and my hang time is here. Now I'm going to show you how I sew up that hang time. But first let me show you what products I'm going to be using throughout this install. So for this, I'm going to need rubber bands, of course, some scissors, of course, a weaving needle, and you guys have probably seen this at every beauty supply store. It's just a curved needle, as well as some thread for said needle, as well as a crochet needle. And last but not least, of course, I'm using the Trendy Tresses Goddess Curls today. So this is what I start with all the time. My hang time is right here, and this is where the rubber bands, weaving needle, and thread all come into play. So as you can see, I'm rubber banding my hang time at the top and at the bottom. Then I am wrapping it around itself. Then I come in with the needle and thread and basically just sew that thing up. I'm just sewing it down. I sew it down several times, and I'm going to admit a lot of the times it is difficult to kind of take this ball out because of the way I'm threading it. I thread it in no particular fashion. It's just kind of a random mosh posh of threading, but this is how I always do it. So if you guys ever wonder what my hair is doing up under the crochet hair, this is it. So then once I have it sewn down to my desired liking, that's when the fun part starts, the installation. Now, as soon as I took this hair out the pack, I was very much so intrigued by how soft it was. It's the softest hair that I've tried on this channel, point blank, period. Now, whether I think that's a good thing or a bad thing, make sure you check out my review video to see my full thoughts. But as I was separating the hair, you guys can notice if you watch this video, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. Some of the strands do come apart, and I'm going to be quite honest with you guys. It was not the easiest hair that I've ever installed. I probably will not, if I ever get this hair installed, if I ever do a Trendy Tresses hair again, won't install it myself because it was one of the longest installs. You have to be meticulous with separating this hair out, but as I go through, you guys will see what I mean. So if you guys noticed with that very first strand, I only double knotted. I realized very early on double knotting was not going to be sufficient with this hair. This hair requires at least 4 to 5 to 6 knots. It's a very soft hair. I realized after the first couple of times that this hair was too soft to do anything less than 3 knots, to be honest, which adds to the time that I took with this hair in the install, which added to why I feel like this install was a very long install. So the hair is very soft, and you're not going to get away with just doing less than 3 knots. I'm going to continue this process throughout my hair, so just putting the needle through my real hair, attaching the crochet hair to the needle, pulling it through, and then knotting it between 4 to 6 times. Now this hair, as you can see from my face, was a very frustrating install. Now I thought Free Tress Deep Twist was a difficult hair to separate, and then this hair came through and stole that difficult to separate crown. Now a lot of hair was lost during this install. A lot of hair sadly did not make it into my head, and I'll insert a picture right now of all the hair that went to the wayside. RIP hair. So I say all this to say, if this is your first time ever installing a crochet hair, I don't think this would be the hair that you would start off with. I do not believe that this hair should be your go-to first time ever install. I would say definitely stick to a more pre-loop style just to ease your way into the crochet hair world. So this is how much hair I lost just doing one pack of hair. So I'm moving on to pack 2, but a lot got done with one pack, surprisingly. This is one pack of hair in my head right now, and on the site they claim that 3 to 4 packs does a full hair. I do end up using 4 packs of this hair. They only sent me 4 packs of this hair, so I had to use 4 packs. I think I might have done well with maybe having a 5th pack, simply because I did lose a lot of hair during this process, but 3 to 4 packs is what Trendy Tresses says you need for a full install. Now, as you can see in terms of knotting, I am not doing any special knots when it comes to the front of my hair. I know a lot of times people say do invisible knots at the top. To be honest, one, I don't feel like I needed to. Two, I had spent forever alone just installing this hair. I'd say over an hour and a half, if not 2 hours, just installing the hair, not the braiding portion, installing the hair. It was a very long install. It's very hot. This just took a lot out of me. So to be honest, I wasn't even going to do any fancy knots at the top, and most of the time I don't do fancy knots at the top of my hair. So this is what the hair looks like, freshly installed, nothing done, hasn't been cut, hasn't been manipulated. Of course, I'm going to take some scissors to it just to kind of shape it up a little bit for my first day thoughts portion of the video. But yes, this is what it looks like. And like I said, I used 4 packs, and you guys are probably like, it looks very full for 4 packs. There are just some spots in the back, you guys would not be able to see it, that I just feel like I could have used a little bit extra hair. Like I said, to the naked eye and to anybody off the streets, they would not notice. But of course, you notice things that others don't. So yes, this has been my install on the Trendy Tresses Goddess Curl in the color 1B33. Now this is just my install video. You know your girl Lia Lavon can't do a video without doing a review video, and I'm doing that separately. So if you want to check out my review video where I go in depth telling you my honest opinion on this hair, make sure you stay locked, you stay subscribed to my channel, make sure you have that notification bell on so you know when it's coming. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at Lia Lavon89, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.